Even 8 years after the release of ReZero's first season, Rem's unwavering love for the main protagonist, Subaru, continues to capture the hearts of fans worldwide, making her one of the most recognizable figures in the anime industry to this day. However, with popularity comes misconception, and it's not hard to find misinformed criticisms of Rem as a character and the plot progressions associated with her. Additionally, the long wait between seasons has caused many fans to forget why Rem loves Subaru in the first place. Therefore, this video will serve as a character analysis and summary of Rem's role in seasons 1 and 2. Ultimately, I hope this video helps ReZero fans, including those who watch only the anime, to see the bigger picture of her character, which will prove to be relevant in Season 3. Without further ado, let's begin. In Season 1, it was revealed that before Rem's encounter with Subaru, she had always been burdened by an overwhelming inferiority complex. During her childhood, Rem was constantly overshadowed by her twin sister Rom, whose talent far surpassed her own. No matter how hard Rem tried, she could never match her sister's abilities. Eventually, Rem accepted the role of the inferior twin sister. Despite the harsh words of others, the unwavering love of her parents, and Rom's unrelenting kindness were enough to make Rem believe her life was worth living. But everything changed on the night of the witch cult attack. In a desperate attempt to protect Rem, Rom lost her horn, the source of all her powers. As the horn was severed, Rem felt an unexpected sense of relief. To Rem, the fact that such a selfish thought crossed her mind towards someone who had only shown her kindness was unforgivable. This realization plunged Rem into a spiral of self-deprecation. To atone for her perceived sins, Rem repurposed her life to live the life Ram would have had, erasing any trace of her own individuality. As a maid in Roswell's mansion, she worked harder than any of her peers, striving for perfection in every chore. She believed that her sister would have effortlessly achieved such perfection. Rem took it upon herself to eliminate any threats that might endanger her sister's life, even if it meant staining her own hands with innocent blood. She could not forgive herself for the thought of Rom getting hurt again because of her slothfulness. This relentless dedication explains why Subaru was murdered by Rem multiple times during his stay at Roswell's mansion. Despite her best efforts, Rem still could not prevent herself from repeating the same mistake she made back when the witch cult attacked. During Subaru's final cycle in the mansion, Subaru pushes Rem away, sacrificing himself to save her. In that critical moment, Rem hesitated as the witch scent from Subaru reminded her of the witch cult. This hesitation prevented her from pulling Subaru away from the Maw Beast. Once again, she hesitated out of selfishness, endangering those who protected her. This realization that even after years of atonement, she had not changed one bit, was the final straw that broke Rem. Rem transforms into her demon form, casting aside any shred of rationality, fully aware that this transformation could likely end her life. However, to Rem, this is the only way for Rem to efficiently kill Maw Beasts, the only way to save Subaru, and the only way to redeem herself. She ravaged through the forest, eliminating every Maw Beast in her path, but her sacrificial act was soon interrupted by Subaru. Once again, Subaru saved her life, the very person she had sworn to protect. Her self-worth finally hit rock bottom. What value did she have left if she constantly needed saving, but couldn't return the favor when others needed help the most? She asked Subaru why he went so far, even risking his life to save someone who couldn't even measure up as a replacement for her twin sister. Subaru immediately rejected her self-deprecating thoughts. He declared that, from his perspective, Rem and Rom were two distinct individuals, neither inferior to the other. He began listing unique, yet admirable qualities that made Rem special, traits she believed she had long neglected. Despite knowing nothing about Rem's past and the immense guilt Rem had harbored, Subaru emphasized that everyone possesses unique qualities, making them irreplaceable. This truth also applied to Rem, negating any reason for her to hide her true self to replace someone else. Subaru convinces Rem to let go of any guilt associated with the past and live the life she wants to live. Only by doing so could she talk about the future with a genuine smile. That, he believed, was what Ram would want for her too. Seeing how Subaru has redefined Rem's entire existence, Rem felt self-worth for the first time in a very long time, releasing the guilt and regret that had weighed her down for so long. After all these years of atonement, Rem finally felt alive and developed a desire to live her own life, marking the rebirth of the person named Rem. Therefore, from Rem's perspective, even though she admires Subaru for the selflessness and determination he showed when he saved her from the mob beasts, the actual reason behind her devoted and loyal love is that Subaru helped her overcome her guilt. He is the hero who freed her from the prison of her own creation. After understanding how Rem perceives Subaru and how Subaru is unaware of the heroic side that Rem sees in him, we can finally understand the most iconic moment of the anime so far, Rem's confession. During the Royal Selection arc, time and time again, Subaru fails to save Emilia. Time and time again, he witnesses Rem sacrificing herself just to save him. And most heartbreakingly, time and time again, no matter how hard he works, his efforts go unrecognized by others, even by Emilia, due to the nature of return by death. If even the person you strive to save cannot see your hard work, what is the point of putting in so much effort in the first place? These relentless cycles of failure and death finally broke Subaru, forcing him to realize how useless and pathetic he truly was. Finally giving up, Subaru begins to express his self-hatred in front of Rem and invites her to escape with him, believing there is no point in staying. Subaru assumes that Rem, who has witnessed all his pathetic sides yet still stayed with him, would accept his invitation. However, he could not have been more wrong. If there was one person who would not allow anyone to insult Subaru, even Subaru himself, it would be Rem. From start to finish, Rem has always believed Subaru could become the hero who saves everyone, even after witnessing his ugliest sides. As discussed previously, Rem understands how it feels to be weak. But what separates Subaru from her perspective is that no matter how weak he is, he never gives up on finding the best ending for everyone. This very trait is what Rem admires most about Subaru. Therefore, Rem accepting his offer would mean losing the side of Subaru she loves the most. To preserve the heroic side of him, Rem would gladly give up the opportunity to live with the man she loves the most. If this is not true love, I don't know what is. After delivering one of the most heartfelt confessions in anime, where Rem lists all the reasons behind her love and admiration towards Subaru, Subaru finally finds the strength to stand back up and begins to love himself a bit more despite his flaws. This marks the turning point of the arc. Here, the clever role reversal, where Rem saves Subaru from his self-deprecating thoughts, shows that everyone lacks self-love to some extent. During times when you lack self-worth, you are so absorbed with negative thoughts you tend to overlook the positive traits that others see in you. Hence, it's important to remember that there are always people around you who believe in you, and their perception of you is just as valid as your own. Finally, we have arrived at Rem's quote-unquote death scene, a scene that still pains many fans of the series. Many discredit this plot development as lazy writing that only serves to put the spotlight on the rest of the cast, who are relatively underdeveloped compared to Rem. This is especially apparent when comparing Rem and the series' main heroine, Emilia. While I believe this factor did contribute to her coma state to an extent, it is not the main reason behind doing so. If you pay close attention to the story the author wants to convey until this point, you may realize that Subaru and Rem's relationship goes directly against it. As previously explained, after Season 1, Subaru and Rem developed a relationship where the two unconditionally trusted each other, and Subaru is now aware of this. This means Subaru could easily rely on that unconditional support in times of need. However, this relationship undermines the two main psychological horrors that make Re:Zero, especially Season 2, so interesting in the first place. These two horrors are isolation and the burden of memory. On the one hand, Subaru is forced to isolate himself from the rest of the cast, unable to ask for help because he doesn't know who to trust. On the other hand, he bears the burden of memory, with no one to vent his frustration and pain from the failed loops to. Therefore, if Rem was still present, Subaru would not have been able to undergo the character development he went through during Season 2, which is learning that you can rely on your friends and you don't need to carry all your burden alone. Thus, Rem's absence is crucial to the plot of Season 2 and Subaru's growth. Shifting our attention to the narrative of Season 2 as a whole, I think we can all agree that Rem's presence can still be felt while watching Season 2, as if Rem in a coma has manifested into its own character. Considering how important Rem is to Subaru and how popular Rem is among the fans, her disappearance lingers in both Subaru's and the audience's minds, constantly reminding the audience that there are tangible stakes in ReZero, and that return by death does not guarantee the survival of important characters due to its unpredictable nature. Without spoiling the content of Season 3, I can guarantee that Rem's relevance in Season 3 will be even greater than in Season 2. If you haven't perhaps realized it already, the plot of Season 1 is mainly reactive rather than proactive. The plot of the first arc is driven by Elsa's appearance, and the plot of the mansion arc is driven by the appearance of the Maw Beasts. And finally, the plot of the Royal Selection arc is driven by the appearance of the Witch Cult and the White Whale. None of these plot progressions are driven by Subaru's desire, other than to prevent the people around him from dying. However, by putting Rem into a coma, Subaru develops a drive to save Rem, a reason to fight. In order to save Rem, Subaru can no longer stay passive. He has to take the initiative to fight against the witch cult members responsible for Rem's state, and find clues that may aid her rescue, even if it means putting himself and the precious people around him in danger. His new proactive approach will come into full realization in Season 3. Therefore, it is evident that from a narrative perspective, Rem's coma state contributes more to the story than if she were to be kept alive. All in all, I hope this video has given you a new perspective on Rem as a character and the plot progressions associated with her. If you made it this far to the video, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. This video took a lot of time and effort to make, so if you can take 1 second to like the video and share it with a friend, it will make my day. If the video gains over 100 likes, I will explore the character development Subaru has gone through in both seasons. My current plan is to do 2 videos on Subaru and 1 video on Emilia and Beatrice, so if you are interested, please subscribe as well. Thank you, and see you next time.